Hello guys, welcome to the 38th session of using Microsoft Board Framework, LUIS and Cognitive Services tutorials for beginners. In this session we will learn what is a proactive message and how to send it. Till now, we have just sent a response to the user based on the text message that user sends. Here we are sending response immediately. Sometimes board needs to perform some operations and based on it our board will respond it. Those type of messages is known as a proactive message. It is useful when your board performs some operations based on time. For example, if you are creating board using which users can book movie tickets and 1 hour before you want to remind the user of showtime and place. It can be also useful when your board is performing some kind of operation in the stock market and you want to warn the user about current price, etc. There are several limitations for sending proactive messages, such as duration of two messages or send a message to the user who is never interacting with the bot, etc. There are two types of proactive messages, ad hoc proactive messages and dialogue-based proactive messages. In ad hoc, bot simply interjects the message into the conversation whenever it is triggered. It does not try to change the conversation. Where in a dialogue-based proactive message, the message will inject into conversation and bot will identify current conversation and resume based on available data. Now let us switch to the studio and create an environment to send and receive the proactive message. Here I have created new dialog with name proactive message dialog and wait for message received async method and also updated message controller. To send the proactive message, we need to store some details about the activity. For this, I have created a class named proactive message data. This class includes various string properties such as activity ID, from name, etc. and also create a class named proactive reply, which contains data that you want to send. Here I have used only text, but you can also create complex attachments too. Let us obtain activity from context and set values in proactive message data from the activity. In this example, I am going to store those data in the text file. However, in production, you need to use Azure table or any other things to store those data. Now serialize this data and write it into a file. After storing all data, let us return message that we received your query and reply you as I got solution. Here we obtain required information from activity, store it in a text file and send an informative message. Now I am going to create a new controller named Proactive Message Controller. On post, request obtain data from the body. First of all, we need to retrieve text that we have stored in a file. And deserialize it. Let us create an instance of conversation reference. Assign activity ID. For a bot, we need to create channel account and pass from ID and from name. Assign channel ID. For conversation, use conversation account and pass conversation ID. Again in user, create channel account and pass details of recipient and also pass service URL. Let us create reply from this conversation reference. Obtain activity using getPost to user message method and create reply method. And set text for this reply. Hey, I got a solution for message text. Create connector client using service URL. Now I'm going to send this reply in conversation using reply to activity sync method. At the end, return HTTP status code OK. Save all the files and run it. Let us send how to open my computer. We received your query message. Here I am going to use Postman plugin to send a request to API that we have created. Within body, specify text that you want to display. I am using press Windows plus E. In emulator, we got, hey, I got solution for how to open my computer. Press Windows plus E. Let us see what we have learned in this session. We see what is proactive messages and how it will be useful in your board if it performs an operation based on time. Here is model classes that I have created for storing required activity data. Here is a dialog in which we just obtain information from the activity, serialize it and store it to file to perform operations later, and display a simple message that we got the query. Here is a controller using which we are sending a proactive messages. First of all, obtain data that we have stored in a file. Then create an instance of conversation reference. Generate reply and send it. I send request using Postman, but you can use any other custom client that will trigger request on specific time. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any doubts, please feel free to contact me. Have a nice day.